Hey everyone, Fasted here. First, I'd like to say thanks to everybody who support me on Patreon, and all my subscribers, and all my viewers, and commenters, and everybody who has bought my t-shirts and everything else. There's a whole lot of t-shirts available and everything else, so I'll put the links in the description below. So this video is going to be about swerving, and this is a life-saving skill, just like emergency braking is. So these two things, even if you don't do high-speed cornering, which is the cause of a lot of people crashing, even if you just ride around on a scooter just down by the beach, and you never go more than 40 miles per hour, you still have to know how to swerve, and you still have to know how to brake, because stupid is everywhere, and you have to know how to react to people not paying attention and everything else. So this is a life-saving skill. So first, what I have set up behind me is a little exercise that you could do, that you could practice, and you could use whatever materials you have around you to practice this, all right? So first, to give you the dimensions when you practice this on your own, this is what I have behind me. So I have a roll of duct tape and a roll of clear tape, and they're right here. All right. This distance, 5 feet apart. Now, 5 feet apart, you want to go about 21, 22 feet away from you, right? So this is 21, 22, 23, whatever feet away from you in a straight line. And then behind me over here, I found these big old cones over there, not doing anything, just kind of laying around scattered, so I grabbed it. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 big old cones right here to mimic there's some kind of barrier. That's a mattress, that's a car that just slammed on their brakes, that's someone's that pulled out in front of you. It's whatever it is you want it to be that you have to swerve on. It's a washing machine, it's whatever else. So this is 5 feet distance, and I'll talk about why this is important. Here's your obstacle, and then let's see how far the actual obstacle is. So it's about 12 to 13 feet wide. So there's your obstacle that you're going to be swerving around. If you do it too close, you're not going to get too realistic of actually how to go around something that's pretty big. But that's what I used, and I also used tall cones because that's what I found around here. Otherwise, I could just use, water bottles or a line of tree bark or whatever else I have around there. But it's important to do something higher, which I'll explain in a little bit. So let me show you something else. So here's just the drill, right? This is what you're doing. So first thing to keep in mind, if you're gonna swerve, it's probably because you're going a little bit faster. You're going more than 20 miles per hour. And that's usually the best time when you're gonna do it. You're going on the highway, you're going 40, 50, 60 miles per hour, and someone slams on their brakes in front of you, you're not gonna do an aggressive braking on the highway or on the road when you're going 40, right? It's probably gonna be faster and safer and easier just to swerve out of the way. Now it all depends. There are so many variables I can't possibly talk about from now on. The traction of the ground, your bike, your skill, how close you are. If there's anybody behind you, never do a quick stop because that person is gonna slam into the back of you. Is there even room to swerve? Is there anybody next to you? How well have you practiced your aggressive braking and swerving? There's so many endless variables, but this is just best case scenario. You're cruising down, something happens, you have to swerve around it. Now the reason why these two little pieces of tape or cones or whatever it is that you have right there, if you're just coming down the road and you come way over here and this is your line, well, you're not going to get much practice swerving around like that. It's not going to do any good for you because you're already setting yourself up, right? So 5 feet apart of whatever you have, 20 feet apart right here, this is, what did I say, about 12 to 13 feet wide of an obstacle. And here's the thing, minimum is 20, 25 miles per hour to really get the understanding of the technique and how to do this. So what you want to do is come directly in a straight line. Come straight in between these two, whatever you have right here, water bottles or anything else. Once you get past these two things, once you get to this moment, then you have to swerve around whatever the heck is in your path to travel. Either it's a bunch of cones or a mattress or a washing machine or a shovel or anything. Now in order to swerve, you have to counter steer. You can jump on the pegs all day, you can move, but that bike will not move out of the way. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna jump on the bike in a second. I'm gonna demonstrate swerving to the left and swerving to the right. I'll go both directions. The only thing required once you get right here is you decide you wanna swerve to the left, is push forward left. Very aggressive and hard forward. Again, the handlebars don't turn like this. The handlebars turn like this on any motorcycle. So you have to push forward very quickly to get the bike to lean very quickly because there's a damn tree or there's a car or a truck or semi, something's in your way and you're gonna hit it. Get the hell out of the way very fast. You have to push very fast to get the bike to lean very fast to get out of the way. Now here's the thing. You're gonna come and you're gonna push really hard on the handlebar, right? So you could, remember, you could push left and you will go left, but you could also pull right, and that'll also make the bike go left. That's counter steering. If you could do both at the same time, it might make you actually swerve faster because you're using both sides of the handlebar to do the same thing. You can do that if you're able to. If you just want to use one hand to push and just focus on the one, that's perfectly fine as well. Keep in mind, the faster you're going, if I'm going down the highway at 75 miles per hour and I push really hard with just one hand, the faster you go, the bike's pretty stable, right? So you may have to use even more energy the faster you go to get the bike to swerve. So if I'm going fast on the highway and I have to swerve because someone just cuts me off, they don't use their blinkers like they're supposed to, and they just go bam right in front of me. For me, with this big old bike and I'm going that quickly, one hand pushing hard isn't enough. I have to actually pull and push at the same time to get that bike to go out of the way very quickly. Same thing with the right. I want to go to the right, push and pull at the same time. If you're able to do that, cool. If not, you just want to focus on one hand, you want to go right, push right. So you're going to come down. Once you get right here, you decide what you want to do. Push really hard on whatever handlebar you want. You're going around, you're going to go around the obstacle. Now keep this in mind. Let's say this is a public road. Let's say there's cars parked right here. All the way down. Now if you come down right here and this car slams on their brakes, and if you want to actually swerve this direction, if there's enough room to do that, fantastic. But once you swerve around there, keep in mind, you're not just going to go right into a car. You may have to swerve again, or you may have to readjust. So if you push right to go right, you're around the obstacle. Well, now what you have to do, you have to push left to get the bike back on the path of travel where you want to go. Now this isn't, of course, the ideal situation. If this guy slams on the brake, just swerve that way because you're getting really close. That's just an example. If this is a 5-lane highway and there's no one around you and you want to swerve that way, then it's okay. So keep in mind, forget about the cars for a second. That was just one example. If you want to swerve to the left, do the same thing. You got to push really hard to the left, get yourself around it. But if this is another lane and there's a car right here, again, worst case scenario, this is the situation you're in. There's someone right behind you. You're going 30 miles per hour. This guy slams on their brake and you're pretty close. There's a lot of variables. Again, if you're that close, why are you following that close in the first place? Maybe you should just be way farther back and don't follow someone that close. But let's say you're not paying attention, you're pretty close to a car, you're going 30, there's a car behind you, there's cars on either side, and you have to swerve. You're going down, make a decision, push and push. Push forward on the handlebars, get yourself the heck away from that car. Now if this is another lane, the cars are going that way, whatever else, it may freak you out, it may freak this car out, but you're not gonna slam into the back of the car. That's the main point. So that's the idea of swerving. You have to really practice what the heck is going on. It's just forward pushing on the handlebar. So I'm gonna jump on the bike. If you come over here, you can kind of see what I'm talking about. So I'm gonna be going first gear, second gear, it doesn't matter, third gear, whatever you want to do, but minimum is 20, 25 miles per hour, minimum. With the distance of the cones of how far they're away, once you get more than 25 miles per hour, it might actually be too fast to actually make it. You might have to move the cones back a little bit, but either way, 20, 25 miles per hour. I'm gonna go down. Once I pass the threshold of my pieces of tape I have here, again, use whatever you have, you need to push forward nice, hard, and fast to get the heck away from the obstacle. The main thing is don't hit the car. Don't hit the mattress. Get out of the way. You have to push very hard. And it's not just doing this. That bike is just gonna wobble. You're still gonna hit the truck, right? You have to push it and wait. How long do you wait until you're clear? Get the hell out of the way. Don't hit it. That's the most important thing. Now this is why I mentioned, if you come over here, this is why I mentioned if you're able to find cones like this, find cones that are tall. Because let's just say I'm swerving around a piece of chalk. Let's say I have 5 pieces of chalk, or I just drew a line on the ground. This is why it's good to practice to get the fundamentals, but it's not as realistic as this because of this, right? So I'm going, I swerve out of the way. Now let's say my tires go right here, right? So I'm watching, someone's recording me, I swerve around to the right, and my tires, I missed the chalk or the water bottle. Great, my tires missed it. So I made it. But look at this. Now I replaced the chalk with the cone. If my tire is right there, what else just hit I just hit the cone. If this is the back of a truck, half of my bike just hit it because my bike is this wide. So it's not just swerving you, as in just your body around there. Look how wide your bike is. You have mirrors, you have bags, you have luggage, you have engine cases, you have a license plate sticking out. You have to swerve hard enough and long enough for you and your entire bike to get the heck out of the way. Again, this is the back of a car. You're not just going around nothing, it's high. You have to imagine this is a wall. Right? So just a wall is gonna fall out of the sky and land right in front of you. That's what you need to practice. So you're not giving yourself false sense of security to swerve around something that's this far off the ground. That's not realistic. You have to do something that's high to really get yourself to think about, man, my bike is pretty wide. I can't just do bare minimum. I have to go well beyond to make sure my bike is totally clear. So I'm gonna jump on like again. So the cameraman's gonna be back there so you can see the perspective of me going at it. Again, the only thing I want to do is just push forward with one hand to get myself to swerve both directions. And then we're gonna walk over here and the cameraman's gonna be in this position, just so you can tell. Cameraman's gonna be about here, about 5 feet away. I'll just go like this, stand right there, and then you're gonna see coming straight on at it. And the only thing I want to do is one hand, push forward very quickly, very hard. And the bike will do exactly what I want it to do. Remember, this is not a slow, easy turn. Let me do a nice, easy, fun, wee turn. This is, holy crap, mattress just fell out of this guy's truck on the highway and I need to get the hell out of the way. This is a very aggressive forward push. Your body is not doing anything. You are not leaning, you're not pushing down, you're just cruising on the road and holy crap. That's the reaction you have to have and what to do to get your bike out of the way. So after I do a 2 going this way, 2 from this perspective, then I'm gonna tell you to watch something else very specifically, and this is gonna blow your mind. I'm gonna keep it a secret until then, so check it out. I'm gonna put on my gear and do a couple demos. You're good, keep back up about 20 feet. Now just move this way, otherwise I'll hit you when I'm coming past you. Again, common sense should tell you this, but I'll just mention it anyway because someone else is going to say it. That's what I hear when I hear ignorant people say stupid things like, why are you in a parking lot practicing stuff or whatever else. Full gear, big empty lot, absolute minimum risks. Again, this is a private property lot, and I just had someone come out here again that works here, that's the manager, is like, yeah, I don't care that you're here. And since it's private property, that's the idea. So if you find a parking lot, do yourself a favor and go talk to the people and be like, hey, do you mind if I'm here? I'm doing slow speed, practicing life-saving techniques. I'm not burning out, I'm not doing wheelies, I'm not doing anything stupid. I'm just practicing stuff to save my life. Who's gonna say no to that? They may say no, go find another spot, but private property, you get permission, you're golden. Yeah, 20, 25 miles per hour. I wanna swerve left, push left. That's the only thing required. So watch what the bike does, watch what I do in relation to the bike. Check it out. One thing worth mentioning, whenever you're practicing this, you don't want to be doing anything with the throttle. You're not accelerating, you're not decelerating, you're not doing anything crazy. Try to act like your own cruise control. Steady throttle. Whatever speed you pick when you're right over there, right before you swerve, keep it the same speed. You don't want to be doing anything else with the throttle while you're swerving. So now, camera move is going to back up again, and I want you to specifically watch for something. And this is what's going to blow your mind. So people say counter steering doesn't work. Why does the tire go one way and you're supposed to go the other way? I don't understand, it doesn't work, I don't believe you, blah, blah. So I want you to specifically look for this. When I'm going through and I'm coming down, I want you to watch my front tire. So I'm gonna swerve to the right first, and then I'll swerve to the left. When I swerve to the right, you will see I'm gonna push hard on the right handlebar to go right. You will see the front tire go the wrong direction, and then you'll see the bike lean and go to the right. Remember, you push right, you go right. But this is why counter steering is so confusing. If I push right, the wheel goes that way. So if the wheel's going that way, how do I go that way? You're about to see. Because of the shape of tire, I lean to the right, I'm going to the right, right? Basic stuff. So watch the front tire and you will see for yourself, maybe the first time ever, counter steering in effect, real live, right now, fast steady, check it out. Once again, watch the front tires, front tires. So if you notice, the front tire does go the wrong direction, but the bike immediately starts to lean and it goes in the direction I want it to go. Now once my bike and I know me, my bike, my bars, if I had cases, a license plate, once I know me and the bike are clear, well, not just gonna go that way forever. There's a curb right there. There's a light pole. Once you get away from whatever you're trying to swerve around, you have to get back in your normal lane. If this was wider, if I push these cones 5 feet more wide, then I just have to wait longer until I clear the opposite. You just keep on pushing forward until you get yourself around whatever it is you're trying to swerve around. That's the main idea. You're not just doing this. It ain't gonna do anything. You have to wait. Right? You wanna go right, you push right, and then you wait until your bike and you and the mirror and your engine cages is completely away from the obstacle. Even if it causes you to go into another lane and you have to come to a stop, like say you even have to jump a curve and you stop in someone's front lawn because a kid jumped in front of you. That's better than hitting the kid, right? Don't hit whatever it is that's coming that just jumped down in front of you. I have seen washing machines jump out of the back of some guy's truck because they didn't tie it down right and land right in the middle of the highway. So things like this could happen, right? You never know. So this is a life-saving skill. I hope this made sense. I hope you have a better understanding of swerving, what to do, how to do it, and get out there, and like anything else, you have to do what? Shut up and practice. You have to get out there and practice. Me saying this stuff to you, watching the video, sure, it's all good and dandy, but if you don't go out there and put in the time yourself, this ain't gonna make too much sense. And more importantly, you're not gonna know what to do when something like this actually happens to you. Someone slams on their brakes in front of you, that's the wrong time to think about, I should have been paying attention to if there's a car behind me, knowing if I have to stop or swerve. I should have practiced emergency braking so many times before this. I wish I would actually set this up in practice because now I need it and I don't know what to do. You're probably just gonna go like this. And you just slam into the back of a car, good luck, you're gonna get hurt. All right, so get out there and practice. Again, if you like the videos and like what I'm doing, don't forget to hit subscribe, click the little bell thingamajig, so every time I upload a new video, you'll get a notification. If you wanna support me on Patreon, buy a t-shirt, it's all good and dandy. And if not, no big deal. Thanks for watching, see you next time.